What will our lives be like when Jesus rules the earth? When he returns to earth, all of us believers will return with him. Each of us will have a glorified heavenly body with greatly increased supernatural powers. But the quality of your heavenly body will depend on what you did in your earthly body. 2 Corinthians 5:10 says that each one will, quote, be recompensed for his deeds in the body according to what he has done, whether good or bad, unquote. We will all reign with Christ, but according to what we have done, he will give to each of us different powers and different assignments in his kingdom, according to what kind of good and faithful servant each of us has been. In Luke 19:15-19, we see that some of us will be given 5 cities to rule. Others will serve as kings over 10 cities. Others possibly more cities. Still others will serve as different kinds of judges or different kinds of priests. So I want to welcome you to a course on getting ready for the kind of world we will rule during the 1,000 years of our reign with Christ. We call the course Kings, Judges, Priests, Training for Reigning with Christ. Why kings, judges, and priests? Why not the fivefold ministry? Won't we be apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers? Yes, those are roles for building up the church, and the church will continue, but in a far different form than our churches today. During the millennium, the main roles for ruling the world, not the church but the world, will be as kings, judges, and priests. Kings will extend Christ's kingdom from Jerusalem to all the nations. Judges will not only hear cases, but will teach the nations righteousness. Priests will bring the nations closer to God and also serve in the temple in Jerusalem, preparing the way for the heavenly Jerusalem to come down. So here are the 5 videos in this course. First video, the first day of the millennium and the last day. This video answers such questions as, what assignments will Christ give you and me and other believers at the beginning of our rule for 1,000 years? How will we restore to paradise the nations left in ruins by the Antichrist? How will the millennium end? Second video is called Millennial Transformation of Jerusalem, Israel, and the Nations. It answers such questions as, when Jesus returns to his temple in Jerusalem, how will people be able to approach his great glory? Why will unbelievers need to bring sacrifices? How will we qualify as glorified believers to take his glory and his kingdom to the nations? Third video, Millennial Kings Extend Christ's Kingdom. It answers these questions. How will we heal lands devastated by the Antichrist wars and the resulting plagues? How will we disciple nations so they will never again learn war? How will nations transition from the former Antichrist rule to Christ's government of peace? The fourth video is Millennial Judges Prepare the Way for Last Judgment. Here are some questions this video answers. How will Jesus decide what kind of glorified body to give to each of us raptured believers for the millennium? How will we then judge non-glorified people so that they will pass God's tests and qualify for special eternal rewards at the last judgment? The fifth video is Millennial Priests Show Way to New Jerusalem. In our glorified bodies, we will more freely approach the great glories of Christ in his temple and of our Father in heaven. But how will we bring unglorified people closer to these glories? How will churches change so that believers can keep going from glory to glory? Those are the questions, and I expect we will have a glorious time finding the answers from the Word of God. So join us by clicking the link below that says Kings, Judges, Priests, Training for Reigning with Christ. And see the other links below from our End Times Guide website on related topics. or see End Times Guide Facebook page, where we post 5 days a week on how current events relate to the end times. God bless you as you do.